Hey everyone, my name is Tommy Ekstrand and I am one of the software engineering managers here at BigCommerce. Today I'm excited to introduce you to Lucian Villasenor, an infrastructure support engineer on the infrastructure team. Lucian is going to share how he made that journey from being a ninja on the customer success team over to that infrastructure engineering team.
Hi, everybody.
What was your first job at BigCommerce?
I started off as a tier 1 tech support ninja, just like most other folks in CS.
Why did you join a customer success support organization originally? And was your first one at BigCommerce, or did you work in customer success before this?
My work experience at the time was mostly call center tech support roles. I started off at Telenetwork, basically helping people set up their internet and telling them to turn their modem off and on. And then I made my way to HostGator and learned more about web hosting. I woke up one day and I could not go back. I texted a buddy of mine who was working there and said, "Hey, are they still hiring?" And he said, "Yeah, you better hurry up." So I quit HostGator that day and I applied, and thank goodness BigCommerce hired me.
Love that story. Tell me a little bit about when and why you decided that you wanted to move into engineering out of technical support.
Originally, I didn't have much of a desire to join the engineering organization. I didn't think I had the technical skills needed, and I wasn't necessarily interested in building new features for the platform for our merchants. As I worked as a product support engineer, though, I got exposed to to the infrastructure team, and I learned that there was this group of people who all they did was maintain the actual systems that BigCommerce runs on. And that seemed interesting to me. So I kind of just kept interfacing with them whenever I had an opportunity. And eventually I applied for a role within the team and got accepted.
What was the most surprising thing to you when you did join engineering in the infrastructure team?
Realizing how much the job is simply Googling it. On a lot of occasions, I've Googled an issue and I was able to find a Stack Overflow thread or a GitHub bug report. A recent example that comes to mind was security changes I was doing to the Rundeck tool. I made a change and then I kept running into an authentication issue. So I just started searching for the error on Google, and eventually I found a thread where other folks experienced the same problem. And all I had to do was upgrade to a more recent version of Rundeck to get past the problem.
What was the most challenging part about moving into infrastructure engineering?
Asking for help. I think I'm a really proud person and I shy away from asking others for assistance. And that's really silly though, because I think for the most part, people at BigCommerce are really decent and friendly and willing to help you.
I recently interviewed Jason Schmidt, the director of engineering, and he was talking about how admitting when you don't know something is really important for your own growth and for others, because there's plenty of other people who also probably don't know the answer to that question. So I love that example. Why do you think individuals in customer service or support make good infrastructure engineers?
As a customer service rep, you're spending months, if not years, talking to our customers and troubleshooting their cases. And you see all the kind of weird and strange, unique ways that they use the platform that some of us would never even have thought of that they would use it that way. And so you gain a very valuable perspective when you do that work. And it's really useful when you come over to this side, when you're thinking about how you're going to implement a new feature, or why are we having this problem? Like, why is this being used in this way?
What advice would you give to someone who wants to become an engineer?
One thing you can start doing is playing with the API. You can get a free program called Postman, and you can start making requests to your store. After that, try creating a product, and then try creating an order. I think familiarizing yourself with the various APIs that we have at BigCommerce is a good way to level up your skills and get you set up for other technical roles in the company.
I love that approach. Just dive in and see if you can figure stuff out. You got to start learning somewhere. What is the most important quality a person who wants to move into engineering should have?
I think you need to be eager to learn. If you're coming from the customer service organization directly into engineering, there's probably going to be a big gap between where you are and where the other engineers on your team are. One phrase my colleagues often use is you need to drink from the fire hose, and that means we're going to be blasting information at you, and you need to be able to pick it up, absorb it, and try to apply it into your day-to-day work.
If a person wants to become an engineer, what skills do you think are the most important to learn? Even if they're drinking from that fire hose, like what would be some key skills that you could point to?
I think you need to have a way to kind of break down a problem and get through it. So just have some kind of problem solving skills. In addition to that, it's probably a good idea to start practicing some kind of coding. That's probably the one thing that I regret not getting more exposure to before I joined this role. Can't necessarily tell you what language to learn or anything like that, but I think you kind of just need to start practicing any kind of computer language. And I would also say it would be a good idea to maybe take some computer science classes, even if it's just simply something that you're taking online. What I've learned exposing myself to that kind of stuff now after joining the organization is that there's a lot of concepts that you learn from those kind of courses that help you think about problems and influence how you go about solutions.
Thank you all for watching this chat, and if you have any questions for either Lucian or myself, you can feel free to Slack us. Take care. See y'all later.
Bye.